The year was 1945. After 6 years of destruction, loss, and unimaginable suffering, the world stood on the edge of exhaustion. From the blood-soaked beaches of Normandy to the frozen forests of Belgium, millions had sacrificed everything to defeat tyranny. The Allied forces were closing in. The end was near, but not without cost. In Europe, Adolf Hitler's empire was crumbling. The Soviet army advanced from the east while American, British, and French troops pushed from the west. Cities lay in ruins and civilians fled through the wreckage of what was once civilization. On April 30th, 1945, inside a dark Berlin bunker, Hitler took his own life. The dictator who had once promised a 1,000-year Reich was gone in 12 years. A week later, on May 8, 1945, Germany surrendered unconditionally. Across Europe, church bells rang, people wept and cheered, and soldiers embraced in disbelief. It was Victory in Europe Day, V-Day, a moment when the world exhaled after years of terror. But in the Pacific, the war raged on. Japan refused to surrender. The fighting in Okinawa and Iwo Jima showed how deadly the conflict could still become. President Harry S. Truman, newly in office after Franklin D. Roosevelt's death, faced an agonizing decision. Then came August, and with it the most devastating weapons ever unleashed. The atomic bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki brought Japan to its knees, forcing surrender on August 15, 1945, known as VJ Day, Victory over Japan. At last, the guns fell silent. World War II, the deadliest conflict in human history, was over. Over 75 million people had perished. Cities were ashes, families were broken, and the world's conscience was forever scarred. Yet from the ruins rose new hope. The United Nations was founded to prevent future wars. The United States emerged as a global superpower, leading efforts to rebuild Europe and Japan. And the phrase "never again" became the moral echo of an entire generation. For millions of soldiers who returned home, peace felt unreal, like waking from a nightmare too long endured. But as they embraced loved ones, they knew they had changed history. The end of World War II wasn't just the end of a war. It was the rebirth of humanity's hope.